Hey, what's going on, guys? Another knife review. This one is on an interesting little knife. You guys may or may not have seen these before. I saw these when they first came out, and I didn't have any interest right away. And then there was a video by Alley Cat, and she did a video on her little Ashworth turtle from Columbia River Knife and Tool, and it kind of piqued my interest at the time, and I kind of got into it and thought, oh, maybe I'll pick one up. It's, it's interesting to check out, something different. And then I forgot about it again. But recently, it kind of popped in my head again, so I picked up two of them. All right, these are very, very affordable, anywhere from $20 to $30. Really depends on where you're getting them. But they're neat little, what I would consider novelty knives. Okay. Now I have two of them here. They come in a variety of styles and colors and stuff. You can see on the box here, a couple different versions. This is the stainless one with the black scales, synthetic. Here's two black ones. They're black nitride coating. This one has a blue scale. This one has like a white pearl looking scale. Then there's one with the stainless and the pink scale. So the two that I have, open this box up here, is this one, stainless with the gray like faux pearl. And then just for kicks, I got a box I cannot open. Building suspense, that is all. All right. Got a pink one. And this one is a gift for someone. Okay, but I want to show you briefly the different colors. All right. I think the pink ones are pretty cool because I think this design is going to lend itself strongly to women. And it's one of these things where just because it's like a cute little turtle thing doesn't mean, just girls have to have it or just women. But what's fun is that there are knives out there that are quote unquote cute. And for guys who have wives and girlfriends who are really annoyed by their knife hobby and their knife obsession, their steel addiction, this kind of softens the blow a little bit. Hey honey, look what I got you. I got your own little knife. And they go, oh, that's cute. And it's just a nice little thing because there are tons and tons of knives out there, but very few appeal to a stereotypical woman's point of view. Okay, and I say that because there are plenty of women who love knives, but they tend to love the same knives that we like. The average woman who's not particularly a knifeaholic has to really be entertained by something that's quote unquote cute. And these are, in fact, cute little knives. All right. So they will please your girlfriend if you want to get her a knife or something. You don't want to get her a Strider, not because you can't afford it, but because she's not going to use a heavy duty knife like that. She's not going to be impressed by something that is expensive because maybe she doesn't understand it. However, you can get her something cheap and she'll be just blown away by it, and she'll have something she can actually use for utility. And I think this is a great little utility knife. Again, I'm calling it a novelty knife because it definitely has a novelty factor, but it is a functional utility knife. All right, so let me take this out of the box. Now, first of all, you'll see that there's scales on both sides, okay? However, it does come with a scale that slips in that you can use the pocket clip, all right? Now, you can use this as a money clip, or you can just simply use this to clip it to your pocket, or maybe even a strap on a backpack. This would fit nicely into one of the straps on your Molly gear. So it's pretty versatile in that sense. You can tuck this away, and you can see there's even a spare screw for this. All right, I feel you can use the same screw, but in case you strip a screw, at least you have a spare. Now, I have not used this. I have no interest in clipping on anything. This knife for me just sits in the pocket. But what's also cool is besides clipping it to something or just dropping it in your pocket, if you feel you want to, there's a little stainless steel kind of a lanyard, I guess you'd call it. And you can see how it works. It just kind of swivels back and forth, and it's removable. If you don't want it on there, basically you just pinch this together, and the little metal will pop out of the holes there. But it is secure, and I've tugged on this quite a bit. I put a piece of paracord through this and really tugged on it because I was thinking if you could pinch that together, how easy is it going to be to fall off if you're carrying it like that? And it's not easy at all. Trust me, you have to really pinch that together to remove it. But anyway, as you can see, that's pictured here is an option to carry this like a pendant, okay, on a necklace. Also pictured here, you can carry it on your keys. Now, I think it's a good size for keys. It's not terribly heavy. The whole thing is actually really light. It only weighs 1.6 ounces, which is like nothing. I mean, you guys are used to your 4, 5, 6 ounce folders, you know, so 1.6 ounces really is nothing. I think if you have a bunch of stuff in your keys, it may be a little bulky, but if it was just this and some keys and maybe like a little flashlight or something, it'd be cool. You can definitely fly with that. So anyway, obviously you can see its design here has a very turtley appearance. I have seen and was fortunate enough to handle a custom Ashworth turtle, and the custom ones are like extremely amazing little knives. Now the customs are actually smaller than this, all right, which is pretty cool. I mean, because this you'd think is small enough as it is. Closed like this, it's 2 inches, all right, has a 1-inch blade, making it 3 inches overall when it's open, okay. Stainless steel blade, very high polish on all the steel here. You can see the CRKT logo stamped on the blade there. And on the back it even says the Ashworth turtle, which I think that part's kind of unnecessary. It makes it look a little cheesy or kind of cheap in my opinion. Most knives that I've had anyway, they don't really say what model it is. They may have a little model number in the corner there. They may have a designer's maker's mark kind of a thing. A lot of knives like this where they have a custom that they put into production because of its popularity or something, they'll put the little, you know, symbol, whatever the logo is for the custom maker to give them credit. But just having the words there is a little, like I said, this makes it a little cheaper. But anyway, you can see just the overall turtle influence here. It's very cool. Oh, as I was saying before, the Ashworth custom that I handled had a really nice Damascus blade, and the Damascus pattern looked like little sea turtles. It was really wicked. And I think it had a white, I think it was mammoth ivory for the scale, but it was just really crazy nice. And but for something like that's small, it's not for me. It was something I was handling at a gun show. It was mostly a gun show, but they happen to have some knives there. And I was very surprised because when you have gun shows that are specifically for guns, usually the knife options are very limited, and I was not expecting to see any customs at all. And there was one individual, it was just his private collection, and he had a variety of custom knives there. And all very nice, and all I handled, you know, and fondled a little bit, but I didn't end up buying anything. But the custom is actually smaller, believe it or not. But very cool, very functional blade. It's a hollow ground blade, and it's comprised of 420J2, okay, which happens to be the same steel they used for the actual handle itself. All right, the scales on here, just like a plastic, some kind of a synthetic, cheesy, cheap, but durable. All right, and I've really kind of smacked this around a little bit to see if it was going to break easily, and it will not break easily. So I don't think I have anything to worry about. If you happen to crush this like in a car door or something, I don't know how that would happen, but maybe fall out of your pocket and it's kind of dangling and you shut the door, yeah, it would probably snap. But as they are, there's not a lot of space for it to flex. You know, they're pretty much right up against the steel, so I don't see them cracking or breaking very easily. It is a frame lock design. Now technically, because there's scales here, I suppose you can call it a liner lock. But the scales are minimum. Yeah, I guess on a technicality it is a liner lock because now it is a liner, not the frame itself. But very effective. There's no blade play. It's a really strong lockup on this. Because of the high polish and everything is really smooth, the only jimping's on the back of the blade there, which is extremely necessary. Without those little notches, you cannot open this knife. But overall, because of its short, fat design, it's hard to wield. You don't really know what kind of position to grip it in that's comfortable, that's actually secure, because it is very slick. The whole knife is very slick. You can't really hold it like this very easily like you normally would a knife, just because of its slipperiness and because it's kind of thin profile. It's just a strange design. I found that most of the time when I grab this knife, I automatically grab it like this. Okay, so I have the most secure grip on it. And then what I'll do is I'll cant my hand as if I was holding it like I normally would, you know? So I grab it like this, and then I'll just cut like that and kind of do like an overhand grip. Came extremely sharp. And I've been using this thing, but it still has a decent edge on it. So it cleanly slices paper. In fact, this was one of the, snag the paper a little bit there. This is one of the sharper knives out of the box from CRKT that I've ever handled. Let's see if I can get one more clean one. Yeah, it was like really scary sharp out of the box. And I was very, very surprised by that because I've had some of their larger models before that have, you know, couldn't hold a candle to how sharp this was right out of the box. So that I was very pleasantly surprised with. The steel on here, the 420J2 is inherently it's a soft steel already, but the Rockwell hardness they have on this is a 51 to 53, which kind of shocked me because generally speaking, Rockwell hardness is going to be around 59 to like 62. Mostly 59, 60 is what you're looking at for a lot of different steels. But being that it's a soft steel and it has such a low Rockwell hardness, it is going to be extremely easy to resharpen. On the flip side, it's not going to hold an edge as well. And I've personally found this out with experience. I have sharpened this 3 times already since I've had it, and I've only been using it for probably 2 weeks, and that's a lot for me. Okay, so it will take a very, very sharp, fine edge, but it will not hold it. All right, so keep that in mind. Again, leaning more towards novelty, but it's certainly functional. And like I said, your girlfriend or wife or sister or daughter, whatever you want to, you know, woman you want to get it as a present for, would think it's cute looking and everything, but it's still very functional. They could still take it out and use it, you know, for utility work. I would not recommend this for a like a defensive knife for a woman. You might think because you can wear it as a pendant, it's easy to get to. The problem is once they even get it off, or even if they broke their necklace and it's in their hand already, I find it's a little bit hard to open. For me, I can open it one-handed, but it's very awkward, uncomfortable, and I don't feel very secure. All right, so there is opening one-handed, but I'd reposition my hand twice. It's a very awkward design to do it one-handed. However, if you have availability for both your hands, just put it sideways like this, and then use my thumb, and then just push over. The meat on your finger grabs those little ridges of the jimping. And like I said, it's extremely, extremely necessary to have that. Without that, if this was smooth, forget it. You'd never be able to open the thing. What is cool about this though is that for the average person looking at it, you wouldn't know that it's a knife because the blade is completely concealed within the handles. So that's pretty neat. It might look like jewelry to most people. So if you had this around your neck, you know, guy or girl, I don't think anyone would question it. I don't think anyone would look at it and think it's a knife. So that's kind of neat. Or even if you had it on your keys, it just looks like a funky keychain. It doesn't scream knife. It doesn't scream scary, you know. So that's a pretty cool plus, I think. But yeah, like I said, a little bit awkward to open, a little bit awkward to use. So that's where the novelty factor kicks in for me. But still functional and affordable. I think it's still a pretty cool gift. I like it. But I won't be getting any more. It's just these two. And like I said, one's going to be a gift and one's for me to just play around with. So that's it. That's the CRKT Ashworth Turtle. They do have a variety of colors, more than even I showed. I think there's a brown one as well. But it's pretty cool. You can find these pretty much everywhere that sells CRKTs. They usually carry this because of its novelty factor. It sells pretty well. So anyway, nice D10 in that, by the way, as well. You could probably have heard that when this goes in. Nice authoritative click. It is definitely not going to shake loose or anything. Something you certainly wouldn't want if it was on your keys, or particularly a pendant as a neck knife. You definitely don't want this opening up, so you have a danger of cutting yourself. So overall, I do really like it. I think it's pretty cool. It is novelty, but I think it's one of those affordable gift knives. And the reason I waited until now to review this, because I got this a while ago, was I wanted to definitely do it before Christmas because I think it is a cool idea to get a guy or a girl. But again, you know, not to be sexist or anything, but it is more of a feminine design. I think women would appreciate it more than guys. Not to say guys don't own it. I own one. I think it's cool. But of course, I have other knives I think are cooler. So that's all. Pretty neat little knife though. So I wanted to, like I said, I wanted to do the review before Christmas in case you guys were wondering, you know, what should I get my girlfriend? And I don't think every girl would be, or every wife would be extremely happy with this. They'd probably appreciate real jewelry a little bit more, but it really just depends on your woman. Some women can care less about jewelry, and this would totally float their boat. So it's up to you to figure out your own women. But I think it's still a pretty cool gift. So that is my review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you have this knife, make a video response. I'm always welcome. I mean, video responses are always welcome to me. I'm always interested in seeing them. If it's anything related to this video whatsoever, or any video I do, feel free to post them. It's pretty cool, and it's good exposure, you know? There's no shame in that. If you're trying to, you know, get your channel known and you want people to see your videos, it's a good way to do it. So believe me, I always accept them. As long as it's relating to the video that you're trying to attach it to, I will certainly accept it. All right? So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.